When Natalie Wood was a little girl, a fortune teller told her she would die in dark water. It became her greatest fear. She avoided deep water whenever she could. She couldn't swim. She even had nightmares about drowning. Then, on a cold November night in 1981, that prophecy appeared to come true. But more than 40 years later, people are still asking the same question. Did Natalie Wood really drown by accident? Tonight, we're talking about one of Hollywood's greatest unsolved mysteries. Welcome to the podcast You Can't Unhear. By 1981, Natalie Wood had spent almost her entire life in front of the camera. She became a child star in Miracle on 34th Street, earned acclaim in Rebel Without a Cause, captivated audiences in West Side Story, and became one of Hollywood's biggest actresses. Behind the glamour, however, was a woman haunted by water. As a child, a bridge collapsed during filming and threw her into a river, leaving her injured and even more terrified of drowning. Friends and family knew she avoided boats whenever possible, which makes what happened next even harder to understand. On Natalie's 18th birthday, she went on a date with actor Robert Wagner, who was 26 at the time. They married in 1957, but divorced just a few years after. Natalie married and divorced another man later in her life, only to marry Robert Wagner once again in 1972. Natalie herself had said that she believed her feelings of torment were rooted in a feeling that she did not truly know herself, as people had told her what to do her whole life. Over Thanksgiving weekend in 1981, Natalie boarded her yacht, Splendor, near Catalina Island. Joining her were her husband, actor Robert Wagner, her Brainstorm co-star Christopher Walken, and the yacht's captain, Dennis Davern. According to Davern, tension had been building between Wagner and Walken. He believed Natalie and Walken had grown unusually close during filming. That evening, the group went to dinner. Witnesses later described Natalie as quiet, drinking heavily, and seemingly upset. She did not eat much and did not seem to be in a good mood. When she left the restaurant, she appeared to be stumbling. In one moment, Natalie was said to have thrown a glass down onto the floor, though Walken later explained that it was his fault because he threw his glass after making a toast, and Natalie had just followed suit. Davern has said Walken and Natalie seemed very flirty throughout the dinner. By around 10 p.m, everyone returned to the yacht. What happened after that depends entirely on who you believe. Around midnight, people on nearby boats reported hearing shouting. One witness claimed to hear a woman screaming, "Help me! Someone! Please help me!" He also remembered hearing a man respond, "Okay, honey, we'll get you," in what he described as a mocking tone. Because music and parties echoed across the harbour that night, no one investigated. Hours later, Natalie Wood vanished. At 1:30 a.m, Wagner reported her missing. Just after sunrise, her body was discovered floating face down in the Pacific Ocean. The Prince Valiant, the inflatable dinghy which she had presumably left the boat on, was found washed up on the rocks just a little further south. The ignition was off, the gear shift was set to neutral, and the oars were locked, which implies she may have never started the vessel. The first explanation seemed straightforward. Investigators believed Natalie may have tried to board the dinghy while intoxicated. The coroner reported that she had drunk 7 or 8 glasses of wine before the incident. Her blood alcohol level was at least 0.14. Her heavy jacket became waterlogged. Unable to swim, she eventually drowned from exhaustion and hypothermia. She also had superficial bruises on her arms and lower legs, as well as a cut on her cheek. At the time, these were all attributed to what might have naturally occurred as she fell in the water. The case was ruled an accidental drowning. But almost immediately, questions emerged. Natalie's sister insisted she would never willingly climb into a dinghy wearing only a nightgown and socks. Others questioned why someone so terrified of water would leave the yacht alone in the middle of the night. Then there was Captain Dennis Davern, which got us to the second theory, that there was foul play involving Robert Wagner. Years after the incident, Davern describes Wagner as looking tousled and sweating profusely, as if he had been in a terrible fight, an ordeal of some kind, when he returned around 11:30 p.m. Davern also says that Wagner discouraged him from turning on the floodlights or starting up the engine in any attempt to search for her, saying he didn't want to alert the people nearby. Those allegations dramatically changed public perception of the case. Interestingly, Robert Wagner later admitted in his autobiography that he had broken the wine bottle that night, after previously blaming the damage on rough seas. In 2011, new witness statements prompted investigators to reopen the case. The following year, the Los Angeles County coroner changed Natalie's cause of death from accidental drowning to drowning and other undetermined factors. Medical examiners also questioned several bruises found on her body, suggesting some injuries may have occurred before she entered the water. Despite decades of speculation, no one has ever been charged. Robert Wagner has repeatedly denied wrongdoing and has never been charged in connection with Natalie Wood's death. Today, the case remains officially unsolved. Perhaps Natalie slipped into the water. Perhaps an argument escalated into tragedy. Or perhaps the truth disappeared into the Pacific alongside her. Hollywood has created countless mysteries on screen, but few have endured as long or remained as haunting as the death of Natalie Wood. Because sometimes the most unsettling stories are the ones that never receive an ending. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe because we are doing a special series this week called The Belief Trap, where we talk about some of the world's most dangerous cults. I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.